Dave, feel like if you just had a time in your life that you didn't have to worry about the daily struggle of working hard to provide and maintain the basic things you need to just live, you would be able to focus on your passions that could finally help you escape those very struggles? It's called disability lol. At least there's the one benefit of free time. It's like that by definition. Easier to control us. Universal basic income. Basically the idea is everyone gets enough money for food, housing, and basic necessities. Then you can choose how to spend your time. If you want more luxuries, you spend time working to earn money. If you want to pursue creative passion projects, you can because you have time and energy. Certainly, if possible, roll the dice, take a chance and quit the rat race to pursue your passions. You don't want to grow old wishing you had taken a chance. Bet on yourself. Give yourself the opportunity. How would you honestly rank your performance in the bedroom? 8 to 9. Due to a nerve issue, my junk isn't quite as sensitive as other guys. It means I have pretty ridiculous endurance. I dock myself a couple points because I could be in better shape, and my short stature makes certain moves a bit difficult. I suppose they could have been faking it, but I'm probably somewhere in the 3,000 plus. Given to 60 or so. Received. Most of my partners tap out long before I'm done. I don't really mind though. Giving my partner joy is more important to me than anything else. It depends with whom. Some people I work great with, others not so much. People are different. I've had partners say I gave them the most mind-blowing of their lives. With others, they seemed pretty bored and we stopped the relationship soon. Different tastes, you know? I'd rate myself a solid 6. I haven't had a lot of partners so I still have a lot to learn, but I can read body language a little, encourage communication. I'm enthusiastic and curious to learn how their body works, not threatened by toys in the bedroom, and super affectionate. That depends entirely on how communicative she is in the bedroom. Tell me what works and I'll get the job done. Starfish and be silent, and I'm going off of what has worked in the past, and honestly, I have never been with two different women who like the same exact things. 7/8 have been satisfied enough to come back for more, and number 8 honestly seemed like it might have been her problem. I'd what other guys are like, but I'm gonna assume I'm above average in bed because I've gotta have something going for me. For my wife I'm confident I'm a 9 to 10. That's because we've been together 19 years, I know her extremely well, we're completely comfortable with each other in every way, and I make a strong effort to meet her needs and desires every time. Put me with some one-night stand and I may be a 5 or 6. I don't know. I'm a people pleaser with a praise kink, so you know my eating game is on point. If I've learnt anything over the years, it's that enthusiasm coupled with being attentive to signs of enjoyment will take you far when it comes to going down. Add open and honest communication and you'll be getting called a good boy in no time. Funny, I'm working a very average tool but always get compliments on my oral and digital. Also have been left by size queens, while to others I'm too big. With the right partner it can be mind-shattering for both of us. In the end it's more about the initial chemistry and communication. What does your hand smell like? I'm sniffing hard but I'm not getting anything. The internal 6th grader in me won't let me fall for this one again. I'm just here looking for my symptoms since I can't afford a doctor. Why would you make me do this? Caribbean cocoa butter, cigarettes and self-indulgence. Beer, cigarettes and barbecue sauce. Vanilla hand lotion. I have very dry skin. Garlic. From the 5 cheese garlic bread I was making. Cheap Walmart brand microwave egg sandwich. I've just put hand cream on, so a hint of lavender. All I can smell is the popcorn my dad made, so my olfactory senses are a bit busy. ATM. Soap. I just washed my hands. You're just waiting for us to put our hands up to our nose so you can smash it in our face. I'm on to your games. My son's, cause his pants and I had to clean it up. Mostly Dawn dish soap, blue, but there are hints of garlic and butter and onions since I just rinsed the pan out after washing my hand from cooking. Perfume. Notice how my answer is the most decent. I'd gets all the way up my nose. Wouldn't you like to know, sniffer boy? Hand soap. COVID got me paranoid. Don't know, have COVID, can't smell a thing. Dave, feel hungry but don't want to eat? This can be an ADHD or autism thing, or just depression. Lots of reasons, but you're not alone lol. I never had this. To me this sounds unhealthy. I'm no expert, but this sounds like a symptom of depression. Then again, if everything else is fine, then it's probably not depression. Sounds like depression to me too. I also lose my appetite due to depression. Yeah. Usually from eating too much daily or eating the same stuff too often. For those of you who hate cleaning, what is your secret to a clean home? Do something every time you walk through a room. Pick up stuff along the way, straighten a blanket or a pillow, put your socks in the hamper. Going to the bathroom? Fold a towel or spray and wipe the mirror. Had a cup of coffee? Wash out the mug and put it on the drain board. Waiting for the coffee maker to heat up? Empty a few things out of the dishwasher. It's a lot easier to clean and make presentable a basically tidy home. It's a nightmare to face a sink full of dirty dishes, papers and toys all over the place and unmade beds. I'm not a clean freak and my home is comfortable. It's much easier to get out of bed and take a moment to straighten the blankets than it is to be overwhelmed by the chaos. Do whatever you were going to do tomorrow immediately, otherwise you will procrastinate and it will compound the situation. Like doing dishes tonight versus tomorrow night is the difference between an empty sink and a full one. Same for a trash bag that's not brimming and a can that's overflowing. Typically 5 minutes on something a day can be the difference between constant cleanliness and a foul frat house. Just do it now and the house stays in line like laundry. If you let it mellow for a day, you will let it mellow for 4 and it just becomes chaotic. Toss M in the washer until it's ready and then run it. No clothes on the floor. Minimize clutter as much as you can so there's less in the way when you go to do the actual cleaning of surfaces. Difficult when you have kids. I've got 2 kids and I'm always coming across stuff in the house, yard and car that I have no fecking idea of where it ever came from in the first place, lol. It's a constant churning of stuff in and then out of the house, e.g. getting rid of broken toys, clothes that don't fit and other random miscellanea. There's no other way around stuff than to be constantly keeping on top of what comes into and out of the house. Minimalism. I will be living in an apartment with 2 people, myself, and my BF. We hardly ever have guests over, so there is no need for more than 4 bowls, 4 plates, 6 forks, 6 spoons, 6 table knives, 4 placemats, enough Tupperware to meal prep, a water bottle and thermos for each of us, enough camping gear for each of us, enough linens and towels for us and 2 guests, etc. I don't decorate. I do have a lot of books, and some games and movies. I've got very little furniture and it's all modular. We are somewhat careful about trash and food waste. I'm not just bad at cleaning, I'm very poor. Minimalism is the way to go, man. How important is cuddling to you? It is very important to show affection, so cuddling is something I need all the time, lol. Medium important. I like cuddling but I easily get bored of it. So like ideally, we cuddle for a bit then we give each other space. I have a very complicated relationship with being touched. Most people, even my familia, aren't allowed to touch me. But there are exceptions and boy oh boy do I wish to be cuddled. I tried it once with a guy who seemed very non-threatening and nice, at the time, learned my lesson, and let's just say neither the cat, nor my teddy, nor wrapping myself tightly with blanket really satisfy that need anymore. I make my boyfriend set the alarm 10 minutes early so I can cuddle him in the mornings. Cuddling is when he holds all my broken pieces together. I have lots of anxiety issues. It's the best. My current relationship doesn't involve much cuddling, and it's kind of a bummer. Not that important. I like it, but I appreciate my space too. Like cuddle once a week is good enough. Could hug, cuddle, snuggle all day with the right person. My husband passed 2 years ago. Very little hugging except from friends, and my son is not a hugger. Used to be but not anymore. I don't know, maybe because it lets me form a bond with a guy and they all end up disappointing me? Maybe if I met someone who liked me as much as I care for him, and someone who valued me? Right now I'd prefer to keep an arm's length away. While I'm awake, I love cuddling with my GF, especially since I know her love language is physical touch. When it's time for bed though, I don't want to be touched or have a person all over me. Not a deal breaker, but I would certainly like it to be a regular part of my relationship. I suppose not because it took this post for me to realize that I can't remember the last time it happened. As someone who isn't even that affectionate, important, I need all the serotonin I can get. In a romantic relationship, cuddling and physical touch in general is very important to me. I'll take the opportunity to hold my partner's hand, or cuddle whilst we're relaxing and spending time together. I need the aftercare so I don't feel used or dirty about myself. Girls get post-nut clarity too. Very important. I dislike physical touch unless it's with my boyfriend, and I'd be perfectly happy to do nothing and cuddle all day. It's funny because my main love language is physical touch, even though I really dislike it with other people. What is an unusual body feature of yours? I had an infection in my finger a few weeks ago. I got treated way too late cause why would I go to the doctor, am I right? Lol. It got cut open, and it healed weird. There was a hole in it for a while but the skin close to my nail died so I just cut it off. Now it looks like I have a micro PP on my left finger, lol. Feel free to ask for pics, lol. My eyes are so messed up. Squint, 7 and 6.50 diopters on each. I used to be 8 and 7.50 some years ago. Farsightedness, astigmatism and lazy eye since I was 5. As a fun fact, I remember going with some friends to one of those 3D things and I remember then saying holy. It was so real, and for me I was like, man, it's just what I see but with weird colors and quad. Not sure why it was, but I remember Doc mentioning something about my eye problems and why such things, the 3D glasses didn't work at all with me. My wrists are more flexible than most. I did a class with a jiu-jitsu master. He had someone practice a wrist lock on me. The lock didn't work so he came over and found out it just wouldn't work on my wrists. Then he taught her a way to get around it and tapped me out. My points outward by default even when completely flaccid, and not because it's a micro or not heavy enough to hang downward. When erect it points up toward my face. When I was in high school doing sports I used to be extremely self-conscious about it because I thought everyone would think I was turned on during public showers. My toes, the first toe next to the big toe and the middle one, both come off the same stump, kind of like they start as one toe but then split to the 2 proper toes about a third of the way along. They still go to the right length proportional to the other toes. This is on both feet. It's a genetic trait that I gained from my mother. I have a small mouth and can't open very wide. As a teenager, my braces irritated and eventually cut a flap on the inside of my cheek. So now I have like a half-inch wide healed up rando flap of cheek skin inside my mouth. Can't feel it, causes no problems. Fun to flip around with my tongue the once or twice a month I remember it's there. I have heterochromia, as in my left eye is bright blue and my right eye is dark green. Some people with this condition are lucky in that both eyes are a darker color and it's harder to notice. Me? Not so much.